This was asked in Amazon. Hard question and literally the copy pasted code of an easy question. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are doing cyclic sort. Before we get started, listen very carefully. This is a very important pattern for Amazon and Google and Facebook companies. So literally they ask questions directly from this pattern. In this video only we'll be doing like 4 or 5 questions directly asked in Amazon and Google in those companies in interviews. Please don't skip this video. I will explain everything in detail from scratch and how to actually find when to use this pattern. So we are doing a complete DSA bootcamp, interview preparation, computer programming, everything covered. So make sure you check out the link in the description. There's a Java DSA complete bootcamp playlist. So if you're preparing for your placements or whatever, and if you want to learn about what we have done so far, what we are going to do in the future, check out the links in the description. There's an amazing playlist. The course is free, and please subscribe and share with your friends so they can also benefit. But please do not skip this video. Amazon at least asks a lot of questions from this pattern. All right, so let's look at cyclic sort. What is cyclic sort? So we are saying cyclic sort. So it's a sorting algorithm. So far we've done bubble sort, insertion sort, and selection sort. But in this section, what we are doing is that cyclic sort is used. So for example, so far we did like bubble sort and stuff, and we did like we did selection sort or insertion sort. They were giving like complexities of like O of n squared, in like the worst case. We already discussed that. In this case, what is happening is that it says that let's say the question is something like this. So before we dive into what is cyclic sort, let's look at a question. Okay, and then I'll explain cyclic sort. Okay, so the question is, let's say you're given an unsorted array, something like 3, 5, 2, 1, and 4. You're given something like this. Okay, index values are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to sort this array. You have to sort this array. So how can you do this? You can say, hey, Kunal, apply bubble sort or insertion sort or selection sort, quick sort, merge sort, whatever. But these are like giving like O of n square, O of n log n or whatever. But what if I ask you that, hey, I want to solve it in just one single pass or one for loop? In selection sort, insertion sort, and all these bubble sort we did, we were running 2 for loops. So it was making n square comparisons, right? Here what we want to do is only make n comparisons, sort this in n comparisons. This is a pattern. When given numbers from range 1 to n, use cyclic sort. This is very, very important. Very, 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 very important. This line is very, 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 very important. So some Amazon questions will be doing like you're given numbers from 1 to n, find the missing number. You're given some unsorted array, find the smallest positive missing number or something like that. You're given numbers from 1 to n, find the duplicate number. So what do all these things have in common? 1 to n, 1 to n, 1 to n. So this range of 1 to n, whenever you see a question that has range is given from 1 to n, what do? Cyclic sort. You remember, okay, Kunal said range given from 1 to n, that's cyclic sort. Kunal said if you're given a sorted array, do binary search. So this is why we are saying it's an interview preparation bootcamp. When you are given a question in the interview, it will click to you like this. We did this pattern in Kunal's bootcamp. Okay, so repeat after me. Given range from 1 to n, what do you have to do? Cyclic sort. Okay, let's see how we can do cyclic sort. So algorithm, let's say we check the algorithm, like how we are running this. So we say something like this only. We say we have something like 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. Okay, these are the index values. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like this. Now what do we need to do? How do we do cyclic sort? It's a good question. So the idea is that we know that the array contains numbers from 1 to n only. We know that. Okay, so imagine this is very important. We are trying to explain what is cyclic sort and how it works. Given that numbers in the array are going to be from 1 to n only. Here let's say n is equal to 5. So numbers are from 1 to 5 but they are jumbled. Okay, imagine in the ideal world when the array is sorted. Okay, when the array is sorted, in that case all the numbers are going to be at their correct indices. Okay, all the numbers are going to be at their correct indices. And what are those indices going to be? Let's say if I sort this, let's say after sorting, it becomes what? After sorting, it becomes obviously this, and index becomes what? Index is like this. So you can see that after sorting, index is actually equal to value minus 1. That is correct. Index is 2, it will contain 3. Value minus 1, yeah. If the value is 2, it will be at index value minus 1, means 1. If the value is 5, it will be at index 5 minus 1, 4. Why? Because it starts from 0. Because index starts from 0. This is very simple. No explanation is needed because it's right in front of your eyes. In the sorted array, every element will be at the index. That index value will be element minus 1. Why? Because index value starts from 0. And we are given elements from 1 till n. That is given to us. Okay. Now the question is, how do we sort this? It's a good question. So this is a good point. So the point to be noted is this thing. This is a very important point. Using this, we will sort this particular array. In just one pass, we have to sort. In just one single pass, I have to sort. So I'm going to start from the very beginning. 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to start from the very beginning from here. I'm going to check, hey, is 3 at the correct index? You tell me, where should 3 be? If the element contains from 1 to n and index is starting from 0, 3 should be at what index? 3 minus 1? It should be at index number 2. It's going to be like, no, it is not at the correct index. It is not. Swap it with the correct index. Directly swap it with the correct index. Swap. It will become what? 2, 5, 3, 1, 4. Again, I will be still over here because it might be possible that what you have swapped, we know that we have swapped 3 to the correct position, but we do not know whether the other number that came to the position of 3, if that is also in the correct position or not. We don't know that. So we are going to check again. Is 2 in the correct position? It's going to be like, no, it's not. 2 should be at index number 1, but it's at index number 0. Okay, swap it with index number 1. Swap with index 2. Swap with index 1. So it will become something like 5, 2, 3, 1, 4. After that, it's going to be like, I have swapped this. It may be possible that what I have swapped in place of 2 might not be at the correct index. Hence, I cannot move forward. I will check for this again. Is 5 at the correct index? It's going to be like, no, it's not. Okay, swap it with the correct index. So 5's correct index will be 4, which is this one. So swap with 4. It will become what? It will become 4, 2, 3, 1, 5. Again, I'll be at 4 over here. It's going to be like, is 4 at the correct index? It's going to be like, no, it's not. Okay, put it at the correct index. Now, what is the correct index for 4? 3. So it's going to swap it. It's going to be like, swap this. This will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's going to be like, is 1 at the correct index? It's going to be like, yes, it is. Okay, then move forward. Is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Okay, then move forward. Is 3 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 4 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 5 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Loop over, answer. As simple as that. We know that every unique item is only getting swapped once. Okay, let's talk about the number of comparisons that it's going to make. So we are not incrementing I when we are swapping the numbers. Okay, so it might result in more than n iterations of the loop. Okay, but let's check in the worst case, how many swaps is it going to make? How many swaps is it going to make? So the while loop, as we know, to put it at the correct index, total n minus 1 numbers of swap are need to be made. Okay, that is true. That is true in the worst case, because in the bubble case also we were making n minus 1 swap. If just one number is remaining, why would we put it at, like, from where are we going to compare this? If n minus 1 numbers are at, so basically what I'm saying is, why n minus 1 swaps? Think about it. If n minus 1 numbers are at the correct index from all the n numbers, does it not mean that the last n number is also at the correct index? Okay, and that is what is happening over here. In this example, what happened, this is like the worst case example. Okay, fun fact, this is the worst case example. So in this example, what happened, you made n minus 1 swaps. So n was equal to 5, you made 4 swaps. 1, 2, 3 and 4, that is correct. 4 swaps made. Plus, after that you made how many other comparisons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 comparisons actually. So one for this, like, is 4 at the correct, is, sorry, this one. So once you did all the swapping, and let's say after that elements are at the correct index and you are still over here, then you will compare, is 1 at the correct index? Yes it is 2 at the correct index? Yes it is 3 at the correct index? Yes it is 4 at the correct index? Yes it is 5 at the correct index? Yes it is. Total n swaps means total 5 swaps made. So total how many swaps have been made? In worst case, n minus 1 plus n swaps, which is equal to 2n minus 1 swaps in worst case. And I know that in time complexity we ignore the constants, hence this is big O of n linear. What is big O notation we will cover in time complexity. For now it is going to make at max 2n minus 1 swap. You already know about time complexity because I covered this in little brief and a little bit more detail in binary search lecture. So you already know what I mean by swap and how that affects the time and everything. You know that. We have covered this in binary search. If you haven't watched binary search, watch it. So I hope you are able to understand in worst case how many swaps it's making. Alright, and that's how we swap it. Let's try to code this. That's it with this algorithm. Let's try to code this. After that, we will be doing lots of questions of Amazon and Google. By the way, if you liked it, make sure you like, pause this video, give it a comment. That is the best way to support. Join the Learning in Public initiative. So share your learnings on socials, on Twitter. Use the hashtag DSA with Kunal and tag Community Classroom. Tag me. Share the good work that you do. Share the lead code profiles that you are achieving. So many green stars. I see so many people doing some nice questions. I will update the the assignments for this as well. So if you're new, we also do assignments and code and everything, notes and everything. Links are in the description. There's a GitHub link. You can find everything there. So yeah, if you want to support the good initiative, make sure you share about the work you do. Like it right now. Comment after the video is over if you liked it, or you can comment right now as well. That would mean a lot, and that's gonna help future people get these videos discovered. There's been a lot of clickbaits and stuff, and I will show you in this video Amazon interview questions. We'll be doing like 4 or 5 or something. It's nothing. Literally copy pasting this code, it will solve all the Amazon questions, that all the 4, 5, even lead code hard questions. I promised you this. Lead code hard is nothing. These, like, you can only make it into Amazon with compared programming. It's like very, very naive thing. These people don't know what they're talking about, and students ruin their career by just doing CP. You don't need CP for this. That is the reason Amazon India is like, the pay is like very average. I don't know what the hype is about, and that is what I'm trying to explain. There is no hype. It's great companies, but YouTubers have overhyped this. And in this video I'll show you will clear these interviews like this. It's nothing, literally nothing. Okay, so let's look into it. Let's look at the code base, and please make sure you show the support. Okay, so I'm going to make a new file over here, new Java class. I'm going to call it Cyclic Sort. That looks good. Okay, let's do it. So over here you can see we are starting with the very first index, and then we are putting it at the correct index, then doing it again. We will only move the I pointer. Let's say this was I over here. This blue circle represents I. We will only move I forward when I is at the correct index. That's it. Only three things you need to do. Start looping from I, put it at the correct index, only move I in the beginning when I is at the correct index. That's it. Check, swap, move. Check, swap, move. Check, swap, move. That's it. Till you reach at the end of the index. Pause this video, do it yourself. It's very simple. 5 lines of code only. This is nothing. Okay. Literally the Amazon interview questions also 5 line like this. This is nothing. Okay. Even the hard questions will do lead code hard questions like this. Alright, the intuition and the problem solving skills are important. These are like very, in Hindi if I say हवा बना रखा है in interview problems का कि भैया CP से ही होता है ये सब, पता नहीं बच्चों को मिसगाइड करके ही छोड़ेंगे ये. Alright, let's move forward. So I can say sort, I can say static, cyclic sort, or I can just say sort because the name is already, can say array. Oh, it's not returning anything, so void, and that looks good. I'm going to have an index pointer I, so I'm going to say I is equal to 0, and while this I is less than the nums, like the length of my numbers, so I can say while my I is less than, like, it's not till the end of the array dot length. What do I need to do? Check whether this is at the correct index or not. Check whether this is at the correct index or not. Int correct index should be what? Should be what? If I'm checking for 3, what should be the correct index of 3? 3 minus 1. So element at I minus 1. Okay. This should be the correct index. Now you need to check whether this index is equal to I or not. If it is not equal to I, is 3 at the correct index? 2. No, 3 is at 0. Swap 2 and 0. Very simple. If the correct index, if the number at the correct index, so I can say, if the array of my I is not equal to the element at the correct index. In that case, what do? I swap array I, comma, correct. So for example, here it will say, is the element at I equal to the element at, like, let's say the correct index? So it's going to be like, the element at I is equal to what? 3. Is this equal to the element at 2? Element at 2 also should be 3. It's going to be like, no, element at 2 is 2. It's going to be like, oh, that will not work. Swap it. Similarly for this, element at I is equal to 2. And it's going to be like at element of 1, which is 2 minus 1, which is over here. The correct index. Is that the correct index? What does it contain? It's going to be like it contains 5. No. Swap it. That is not working. For example, in this one, let's say this is 1 index. So it's going to be like element at I is equal to what? 2. Element at correct is equal to what? 2 minus 1, 2. Hence it will not swap. It will move ahead. Okay. Swap. Otherwise, move ahead. That is it. Let's create the swap function. So I'm going to say static void swap index first, comma, second. This is something we have done before already. Temp is equal to array of first. Array of first is equal to array of second. Array of second. There's something we've done before. If you don't know what this is, check out the arrays lecture. That is it. Let's try to fix this. Let me give something like this only. What did we have? We had 35214. Notice it should be in range of 1 till n. 35214. It can also be range from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, totally fine, but it has to be like a continuous one. Okay. All right. I'm just going to say sort this array. And just I'm going to print the array. Arrays.toString and everything already covered. Internal details will be covered in OOP. Arrays lecture, we already covered all these things. Should you give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to sort it in ascending or descending. Should give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basic stuff. Nothing new over here. This can be ignored only because there is nothing. Already know this. Main thing is this only. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lines of code only. 6, 7 lines of code. That's it. Main algorithm is like six lines of code only. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Nothing going on here. That's it. Via this approach, you will be solving Amazon Google questions now, because they ask a lot of questions from Cyclic Sort. Okay, so when given and so again, when you're given like arrays from index from 1 till n, or you're given like continuous elements, or so, which is something we'll be doing in this section also. Okay, now let's look at the question of Amazon. This was asked in Amazon. So the question is missing number. So the question states, let me zoom in a little bit, that you are given an array numbers containing n distinct numbers in the range from 0 to n. By reading this line, it should click in your mind. What do we need to do? Cyclic sort. Cyclic sort. You can do it otherwise as well. Otherwise it will take something like n square. If you know about hash maps, you can use something like a hash map or create another array or whatever. You can do it in O of n, but it will take extra space. Okay, but you say you don't need to take any extra space, only like constant space complexity and O of n. Both of these things are offered by what? These three things are hint. 1 hint, 2 hint, 3 hints. Cyclic sort. Okay, so this particular thing is not even required only. You don't even have to look at this thing. Just this line gives you enough hints that you have to use cyclic sort. Now what is the question? It says you're given n numbers from range 0 to n. Okay, that's fine. Return the only number that is missing from that range. Okay, in this case, let's say n is equal to 3. So what are all the numbers from 0 to n? 0 till 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3 are 4 numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3. Which one is missing from this? 2 is missing. Correct? That's fine. In this case, n is equal to 2. So number should be 0, 1, 2. Here we only have 0 and 1. Which number is missing? 2 is missing. Here n is equal to 9. So the number should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And all the numbers are here, but 8 is missing. You have to find that. Pause this video, try it out yourself, and then we'll come back to the solution. Okay, I hope you were able to do it, but let's try it. So the question is this one. Question number 1. So the question states you are given numbers from 0 till n. So this means that total there will be n plus 1 numbers. Okay, that is something we know. So total there will be n plus 1 numbers. Okay, so let's take an example. That's fine. We can take an example. So example can be something like you're given, let's say, n is equal to 4, and you're given the array something like this. You're given something like 4, 0, 2 and 1. Okay, number is 4, then you should be having what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what you should be having. And we have 4, 0, 2, 1. 3 is missing. How do we find that? Cyclic sort. Before thinking like how to at least get started, right? In the interview also, you should think out loud. You should brainstorm, try various things. And these problem solving abilities will actually be able to get you the answer. Right now, you may not know how we are going to solve it, but the important point is you know how to start. Right? Amazon question. This is an Amazon question. It's like very basic. It's literally copy pasting our previous solution. Okay, let's see how we can do this. Only difference is here we're taking 0 to n. Is that going to change anything? No. What is the difference going to be? The only difference is going to be that in the previous section, every index was at value minus 1. Here every index will be at its own index. Okay, so in the sorted, here you can see, that in sorted version, element is actually equal to the index. That is true, because if I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, index will be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Previously we were checking element minus 1, now we're just going to check equal to element. Let's try to solve this. 4021. 4021. So I mentioned that in the original sorted array, like if this array is sorted, 0 will be at the 0th index, 2 will be at the 2 index, 1 will be at index number 1, 3 is missing. So what about 4? You're going to be like, hey Kunal, index 4 does not exist. Index 4 does not exist. Means index number n does not exist. Ignore it. Whenever you find index n, ignore it because you cannot put it in the array. Just ignore it. Okay, cool. So we are going to say I is starting from here. It's going to say it's equal to n. So you cannot put it anywhere. Move forward. Then I will start from here. Is 0 at the correct index? No, it's not. Okay, then put it at the correct index. Means put it at the correct index means this one. Swap. This will become 0, 4, 2, 1. It's going to check for this again. This is n, so ignore this. I will be at 2. Is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Okay, move forward. Is 1 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it. Swap it with index number 1. This will become what? This will become 0, 1, 2, 4. That's it. Now it will check for this one. Let's say this one. It's going to be like it's n. Ignore this. And then loop over. Answer. Okay, now the question number 2 is, okay, Kunal, that is fine. But from this, how can we find the missing number? You tell me. If this is the answer, if this is a sorted answer that we have, this is the indices, how do we find the correct answer? Start searching from the start. The first index that you find that is not having the required number at that index, that is your answer. Does 0 contain 0? Yes, it does. Does 1 contain 1? Yes, it does. Does index number 2 contain 2? Yes, it does. Does index number 3 contain 3? No, it does not. This is the answer. That's it. As simple as it can get. Okay. What will be the other case? Case number 2 will be when n is not available in the array. Case 2. When n is not there in the array. For example, you're given something like array is equal to, for n is equal to 4, you're given something like 1, 0, 3, 2. After sorting, this will become what? This will become 0, 1, 2, 3. Sorted array. Then it's going to check, is 0 has at the correct index? 0. Yes, it does. Is the element at index number 1, 1? Yes, it is. Is the element at index number 2, 2? Yes, it is. Is the element is index number 3, 3? Yes, it is. Then what is the answer? In this case, answer is equal to n. Those are the two cases. That's it. That's it. Is this really any different than what we have done already? Just need to run one extra loop. Cyclic sort O of n complexity. Space complexity constant because we're not making any new array or whatever. Changing in the original array. We'll cover in detail what is space complexity and stuff. Is this really an Amazon like type question like that you need to be worried about? Are these the sort of questions you need to be overhyped about? No. Very simple. Let's try to code this. Pause this video, code it yourself, try to submit it on LeetCode, but I'll still do it. All right. Okay, I am just going to copy paste the LeetCode one, Java, this one, copy paste. I'm going to create, oh by the way, one more thing I want to show. If you copy a code, a Java code, and you directly do paste over here, it will create that file. It created the solution class. Again, you copy this entire class code, not just from lead code, from anywhere. Copy this. Okay. When you do a paste over here, paste, it will create that class. Created that. I'm going to refactor this to something like missing number. That's the question. Copy, paste, Amazon question. I'm going to copy this entire thing. Paste it over here. I'm going to say public int missing number because I have to return the missing number. That is cool. All right. Why am I doing static? What is static and everything? We'll do it in object-oriented programming. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so why we are using why we are not using static here? Why do we use static when we use local programs? That is covered in object-oriented programming. Don't worry much about it. For now, focus on algorithm. So here it's just saying that where's my good notes? So here it's saying that do the same thing, swap, and whatever. Only thing is skip the n. So if in the array you have n, then you need to skip it. So for example, if I can say if the element array of by the way, here I don't need correct. I can just say this thing. If the array at the index number I, is if the element over here only swap and do everything when this element is actually less than n, right? What is n? Array.length. Okay, so in this case, if this contains something like n, then this will not run. It will just move ahead. Okay, this is very simple. And this is just going to be saying this is not equal to this own index. That's it. Own index. Okay, or if you want me to do correct one, so basically it's like I copy pasted previously. Okay, let's just do the copy paste one only. The only thing, like, now to make it easy to understand, let's say we were taking the correct index. Let's say element was equal to, let's say, 4. Then what would be the correct index of 4? What would it be? 4 minus 1. In this case, if the element is, let's say, 4, what would be the correct index of 4? 4, because you're starting from 0. That's it. Is there any other change we need to do? Anything else we need to do here? No, that's it. Then just search for elements. Search for first missing number. So I can say for I is equal to 0. For j is equal to 0. Or I can just say for index is equal to 0. Index is less than array dot length and index plus plus. If the array of index is not equal to index, return index. Otherwise, case number 2, return n. That's it. So here it's going to say, once you're sorted, is this equal to this? Is the index is the element at 0 equal to 0? It's going to be like, yes it is. Is the element at 1 equal to 1? Yes it is. Is the element at 2 equal to 2? Yes it is. Is the element at 4 equal to 4? No, it's not. It's equal to 3. Okay, cool. Try to debug it as well, but for now let me just paste, run code. That works. Submit. Pretty cool. Accepted. Looks good to me. All right, let's try to debug it, like how it's working internally. So if I put a debug pointer here, I would have to do public static void main. But I think you're all able to understand how it's working internally. I didn't show the debug in the previous one, so we can do it in this one, no problem. So I can say array is equal to, let's take this one only. We have, what do we have here? 4021. 402 and 1. Then I'm going to say print missing number. Need to add static over here because you can only use static from static. Okay. Static void. Okay. Missing number array. Let's try to debug it. See what we get. First thing it's going to do, it's going to swap these. Let me hide this. So array is like this. It's going to start from 0. It's going to be like, hey, at index number 0, you have 4, which is equal to n. Skip it because 4 cannot be put at the correct index because that index does not exist. Array out of bound exception, it's saying. So it's going to skip it. I++. Now I is equal to 1. It's going to be like, hey, is 0 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap 0 with the correct index, which is equal to what? 0. So it's swapping correct index 0 with the wrong index 1. Swapping. So 0, 4, 2, 1 will be the answer now. It's going to swap it. So it's saying 0, 4, 2, 1. And then it's going to be at I is equal to, again 1 only, because it might be possible that it's not at the correct index, and that is true. It's going to skip 4 again. I is equal to 1 again. 4 skipped. Moving ahead, I is equal to 2. Is 2 at the correct index? No, it's not. 2 is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. 2 is at the correct index. So it will be like I++. Is I is equal to 3. I is equal to 3 contains 1. But 1 is not at the correct index. 1 should be at index number 1. It will swap index number 3 with 1. That is correct. So correct index is 1. Wrong index that we are currently at is 3. It will swap 1 with 3. Now at the third index, we will have 4. So it's going to be like 4 is actually array out of bound. So skip it. I++. I is now equal to array.length. So it will break the loop. Loop is broken. Now loop is broken. Array is now 0, 1, 2, 4. 0, 1, 2, 4. That is correct. Now it's going to check. Is index number 0 containing 0? Is index number 0 containing 0? It's saying yes, it does. Okay, don't do anything. Is index number 1 containing 1? Yes, it is. Don't do anything. If index number 2 containing 2? Yes, it is. Is index number 3 containing 3? No, it does not. Hence 3 is missing. Return 3. Answer. As simple as it can get. Amazon question. Alright, very simple stuff. Let's look into the next question now. Okay, let's look at the next question. This was asked in Google. Find all the numbers that are missing in the array. Again, it's saying given an array of numbers of n integers where every number is in the range of 1 to n. That's it. Cyclic sort. That is it. So Google question. Is this any different than previous question? Pause this video, think about it. Okay, now we are back. If you already tried it, what do? Cyclic sort all the indices that don't have the correct index. That's your answer. So you have to return all the elements that do not appear. So for example, here let's say n integers are given from 1 to n. So here in this case, let's say n is equal to what? 8. So you're given numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 should be there. But 5 and 6 are missing. There are a few duplicate elements. What do? Simple cyclic sort. Simple cyclic sort. Elements that are not at the correct index, that's your answer. This is something you can figure out yourself. If it's starting from 0, then each element should be at which. Two things I'm pointing out. If it is starting from 0, let me write this down. Okay. So tips. If range is like 0 till n, then we obviously see every element will be at index equal to value if range is 1 till n. It's very simple. Every element will be at index what? We did in the very first example. Value minus 1. That's it. So in this question, what are we saying? Let's see what this question says. This question says you are given same, 1 till n. You have to return all the numbers that do not exist in the do not appear in nums. That's fine. Let's try to solve this. So question, Google question. This is really a Google question. So let's say you're given n is equal to 8. Okay, and you're given an array something like this. You're given something like, what is it given in lead code? 4 3 2 7 8 2 3 1. Okay, that is given to us. So before moving forward, we know that we are going to apply cyclic sort. Okay, so what did we do in cyclic sort? We said if nums of I is not equal to nums of the correct index, where the correct index is what? Nums of I minus 1. Why is nums of I minus 1? Here, this is the reason, nums of I minus 1. We already did this right now. We literally did this right now. The first question we did was this. So don't ask questions like, Kunal, how do you know it's n num minus 1? The two simple steps are very common sense. If a number starting from 0 to n, try to look at the sorted version and see where every element is lying. Every element is lying at the index equal to the element. If it's starting from 1, every element will be lying at index equal to the element minus 1 because index starts from 0. That's it. It's very common sense. I don't think I should explain it again and again. Okay, so here in the sorted version, what will we be having? Let's try to see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the sorted version, I'm saying is 4 at the, if I'm over here, is 4 at the correct index? No, it's not. Okay, swap it with the correct index. So this will become what? This will become what? This will become, by the way, before actually solving how to solve the problem, at least you know how it will be applying cyclic sort. At least get started. Once it's cyclic sorted, you will already get the answer. Important thing is how to get started. In my interviews also, when I cleared my Google interviews, I did not know the answer. I was like, okay, let's try this, let's try that. Okay, what can we do? I do this, I do that. And once you do all these things, then you will get the answer. Okay, never memorize these solutions, never directly jump on the answer. You will ruin your interview. Try to explain your thought process to the interview. I'll do a separate video on this, how to actually do a technical interview at these big companies. So it's like swapping. So again, similar thing we did previously. 7 3 2 4 8 2 3 1. Okay, then it's going to be like, okay, is 7 at the correct index? No, it's not. Okay, put it at the correct index. So 3, so it will be swapped with this, whereas already we did this thing, nothing new over here. 7 and 1, it just has like a little bit duplicates element which will be skipped automatically, as you will see right now. So now it's going to check for 3. Is 3 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it with the correct index. So this will become 2 3 3 4 8 2 7 1. Then it's going to check for 2 again. Is 2 at the correct index? No, it's not. Okay, then put it at the correct index. This one. This will become 3 2 3 4 8 2 7 1. Indices will be what? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now it will check for this 3. Is 3 at the correct index? It's going to be like, okay, let's check. Index number 3 minus 1 should contain 3. Index number 3 minus 1 2 contains 3. Yes, it does. So it is automatically handling the duplicates also. So ignore this. Okay, so I'm going to move forward. I'm going to say now, I'm going to check for this. Is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 3 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 4 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 8 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it with the correct index. Okay, so it's going to be like 3 2 3 4 1 2 7 8. Is 1 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it with the correct index. 1 2 3 4 3 2 7 8. Is 3 at the correct index? Means just 3 minus 1 index contains 3. 3 minus 1 index contains 3. Yes, it does. Ignore. 2. Is 2 at the correct index? Meaning just 2 minus 1 index means 2 minus 1 is what? Index number 1. Does 1 contain 2? 1 does contain 2. Okay, so ignore this. Is 7 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 8 at the correct index? Yet this is the answer. After cyclic sort, this is the answer. So this is the answer. Let me write this neatly. 1 2 3 4, 3, 2, 7, 8. Indices are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Find all the missing numbers. What will be all the missing numbers be? What was find one missing number? What was the answer for that? Incorrect index. In this case, similarly, what is the answer? Incorrect indices. That's it. Because if there was a number that belongs to that index, it would be at the correct index. Because it's not, it means that it's missing. So at 0th index, do we have 0 plus 1? Yes, we do. At index number 1, do we have 1 plus 1? Yes, we do. At index number 2, do we have 2 plus 1? Yes. At index number 3, do we have 4? Yes, we do. At index number 4, do we have 4 plus 1 equal to 5? No, we do not. 5 is missing. At index number 5, do we have 5 plus 1, 6? No, we do not. 6 is missing. At index number 6, do we have 6 plus 1, 7? Yes, we do. At index number 7, do we have 7 plus 1, 8? Yes, we do. Answer. Is this anything different? No? Just copy pasting? It's a Google question, everyone. Alright. These are very simple questions. These are literally the questions that they ask, And not just this, in dynamic programming and graph and everything. That also I will teach you in such a way only. You will find patterns like this. Like this, you will find patterns. All right, let's move forward and code this thing. I think you all can do this on your own. It's very copy pasting. No new code needs to be written for this. Just copy paste. That's it. Okay, so I'm just going to copy paste this thing. They are using a list. Okay, so don't worry. We can use list as well in the future. We will be covering this in detail, like lists and everything. So don't worry. For now, just you can also use. You can also use normal array if you want. Okay, but here they are using list, so we can use an array if you want. I will teach you how to do it with arrays. No worries. So here, what are we going to do? Find all the missing numbers. So I'm just going to rename this to find all missing. Copy paste question over here, asked in Google. So what do we do? Cyclic sort, copy paste cyclic sort. Cyclic sort, copy pasted. Okay, removing static from here because on lead code it's not allowed. So it's copy pasted. That's fine. Okay, so now what do we need to do? We are using this entire thing, so maybe I can change it to nums because no worries. Copy paste this here. Okay, that's fine. So while I is less than 0, I less than is, my correct index is this, otherwise I just swap. That's it. Nothing to be changed over here. Literally copy pasted. After that, I just need to say just find missing numbers. That's it. That's what I need to do. So one more thing that I think oh, it's an integer array only, so it's not a list, so I think it will work. But what I need to do, I need to return a list type. This what type it is, don't worry about it. We will cover this in the. So the thing is that here the answer can be of variable length. Okay, so here let's say the answer is of length 2. Here the answer is of length 1. That is the reason they have list over here. We will cover this in detail in object-oriented programming. Okay, this list type and whatever, array list, linked list, all these things will be covered in detail. Okay, don't worry. I think we did cover array list already. Oh, we did cover array list already. So why am I worrying? No, we covered this. we did a lecture on array list. Yeah, we did that. So we can create an array list. No problem. So I can say a new list. By the way, this list has an interface, so don't worry about it. We will cover what interfaces are. But I think we definitely covered array list before. So I can say my answer is equal to new array list. Oh, we covered this. Watch the array list lectures. Link is in the description. For I is equal to 0, I is less than what? My nums.length and I nums.length and I plus index plus 1. I'm just going to say if the index is not at the correct index. If the nums of index does not contain the correct index means what? Does not contain index plus 1. In that case, what is the answer? So it says if the element at the index does not contain index plus 1, that is true. Rule number 2, if you're having index number 1 till n, the index is actually going to be equal to value minus 1. Means value is going to be index plus 1. Very simple. So here you can say that index number 4 does not contain 5. Index number 4 does not contain 5. Hence the answer of missing number is what? Index plus 1. So I'm just going to say add in my list. In my answer, you can just add index plus 1. In the end, just return answer. That's it. Then it's going to be like for 5. Does 5 contain 5 plus 1? 6. No, it does not. Then 5 plus 1 is the answer. 6 is missing. That is correct. 6 is missing. Added. Till here, nothing changed. Here I'm just making one for loop. That's it. That is also similar to this one. Okay, don't worry. This is something we have covered already. Array list. Only thing new is list. Interface. I can't tell you this right now because then I would have to explain what is an interface and everything. That is covered in detail in object-oriented programming. Copy paste. Let's copy paste and submit this. Run the code. That works. Submit. Accepted. Pretty good. Alrighty. Cool. So that looks nice. And now let's move on to the next question. Another Amazon question. So find the duplicate number. It's a lead code medium question, but it's literally an easy question. Literally copy pasting cyclic sort. That's it. How do I know cyclic sort? How do I know it's cyclic sort? Given an array of integers containing n plus 1 integers, where each integer is in the range of 1 till n. That's it. Question over. No need to think. Cyclic sort. Okay, cool. So the question actually says that there is only one repeated number in the array. You have to find this repeated number. Okay, and we know that if it's from 1 till n, then it's going to contain, similarly n plus 1 integers. So we already discussed this previously. So for example, if n is equal to over here like 4, so it's going to contain 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 repeated number. Okay, so we already know that the ones at the correct index will be where? Index minus element value of minus 1. That's it. So don't modify in the array and use only constant extra array. We know cyclic sort. What are you saying to us? Amazon interview question, whatever. Okay, this is nothing. This is not even medium. It's easy and it's very popular. You can see 9,000 thumbs up. Very popular question. It's nothing. Easy question. Literally cyclic sort, and I have no idea why they put it as medium. Okay, because it's literally copy pasting cyclic sort. Please follow this course. You will solve questions like this of interviews, and people are doing it. Some people have given us shout outs. I want this course to be reached by so many people. You know, people ask for 2 lakh rupees and so many lakhs and lakhs of rupees for their live boot camps. No, you don't need these courses. This is more than enough. Trust me. I have cleared these interviews and I'm providing. Don't trust me, by the way. That is not true. Watch the videos yourself. You will understand. Don't trust me. Watch the content. Share it with your friends. It's free. You got nothing to lose. I got nothing to gain. I'm here to help you all. Please understand. No one is doing this for free. People are, so greedy that they are actually manipulating on the names of, oh, Amazon interviews, competitive programming. You can't do it without this thing. No. Give us 30,000, give us 40,000, give us 2 lakh, give us 15% of your income. No. Don't go anywhere. No need. No need. You will not find this quality anywhere. Okay, don't trust me. Watch this course. Let's get started. So there's one repeated number. So for example, here n is equal to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are available and 3 is repeated. Okay. Similarly, n is equal to 1. So 1 is available plus 1 is repeated. 1, so you have 1 and 2. So here n is equal to 2. So 1 and 2, 1 is repeated. How do we do this? First thing we need to forget about how to solve it. First apply cyclic sort because it's literally question is screaming cyclic sort. Let's apply cyclic sort. Then we will find out how to solve this. Try to pause this video and think about it. We literally did this question right now. This exact question we did right now. Right now we did this question. You want to see where we did it? Let's see. Over here. When we were doing swapping this array consisted of duplicate elements? When we were like, is 2 at the correct index? So we were checking whether the index 2 minus 1 is, at the correct index. So it was a duplicate index. When we were finding a duplicate index, we were saying that, okay, it's at the correct index. That is your answer. That is your answer. Okay. So basically the idea is that the only thing that we are changing over here is that we know that we are going to swap. So basically we are going to swap when the index is when the element is not equal, when the index plus 1 is not equal to element. Okay, that is when we are doing the swapping part. We already know this. Okay, let's take the lead code example. Lead code says find duplicate number. Medium question of lead code, Amazon. Question number 3, Amazon. What they are saying, 13422. 13422. Let's try cyclic sort. So index number 0 here, 1 2 3 4. Okay, let's try cyclic sort in this one. So here I'm just going to say that initially I'm over here. Is index number 1 at the correct, is 1 at the correct index? Means if is the element equal to index plus 1, that is correct. 1 is at the correct index. Move forward. Is 3 at the correct index? 3 should be at which index? 3 minus 1 means at 2. No, it's not. Swap it. It's going to be like, now swap it. We have done this before. I don't know why I'm writing it again and again, but still. Now again over here. Is 4 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it. 2. Okay. Is 2 at the correct index? 2 should be at index number 2 minus 1 means 1. Yeah, that is true. 3. Is 3 at the correct index? Yes. 4. Is 4 at the correct index? Yes, it is. 2. Is 2 at the correct index? Here we are checking. Notice something what we are doing. We are checking that if element is not equal to index plus 1. Okay. In this case, we need to check two things. Two things you need to check in case of duplicate. What are the two things that you need to check? Whether the element at the original index that you want. What is the original index that we want? The value minus 1. So if element at value minus 1 means 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1. Okay. If this is not equal to element at the correct index, current index. Current index. Swap. This is something we were doing previously also. Okay, but now there's an extra check. Otherwise, you have found the answer. Isn't this very simple? Found the answer. That is true. For example, here it's going to say, hey, is 3 at the correct index? Means element is not equal to index plus 1. 3 is not equal to 1 plus 1, which is 2. That is correct. 3 is not equal to 2 means it's at the wrong index. So I'm just going to say, okay, check whether the element at the correct index 2 is equal to 3 or not. It's going to be like, no, it's not equal to 3. Okay, swap it. Then come over here. Index 4 should be at index plus 1 should be equal to 4. Is index plus 1 equal to 4? Is 1 plus 1 equal to 4? No, it's not. Hence, swap it. Check whether the original index, which is 4 minus 1, 3. Index should be 4 should be at 3. Index number 3. Does this index number 3 contain 4 or not? It's saying it does not contain 4. Okay, swap it. Swap it. Now we come over here. Now we're saying, is the element not equal to index plus 1? Yeah. 2 is not equal to index 4 plus 1, 5. So means this is at the wrong index. Okay. Check whether at the correct index there is 2 available already or not. It's going to check, okay, original index is 2 minus 1, which is 1. It already contains 2. That means the else condition will take place. Because this says not equal to element, here it is saying that it is equal to element, means else condition. Okay, I hope you're able to understand this. I ran it with both the examples. So this is common, very simple stuff. This is very common sense. Okay, if the element is not equal to the index plus 1, it very common sense. We discussed the two cases already, that it means that element is at the wrong index. Now you may have two cases. One, element that is at the wrong index is like the unique element. Two, element that is at the wrong index is the duplicate element. If it has a duplicate element, then the element at the correct position is going to be equal to that element. In that case, just return your answer. If it is not the duplicate element, then the element at the correct index is not going to be equal to that element. Swap. That's it. That is it. Lead code medium, 9,000 upvotes, Amazon interview question, piece of cake. Let's solve this. Okay. So again, I'm going to copy paste this thing. I'm going to say, what is this? Find duplicate, it says. Find duplicate. No problem. Copy paste. That is it. We are just going to copy paste the cyclic sort missing number or whatever. Let's just copy paste this entire thing. Copied, pasted. I'm just going to make it ARR. I'm just going to copy paste it again. Copy pasting only. Okay, nothing new is happening over here. Okay, what is this thing? It's an error message because I don't have swap over here. No problem. Copy pasted. All right. So what do we need to do? We are copy pasting this and we are saying that where is my good notes? We are saying if the element is not equal to index plus 1. Okay, we can do that. So I can say if the element, what is the element? My array of I is not equal to I plus 1, index plus 1. In that case, what do I need to do? This thing. So basically correct index is going to be equal to -1, and then I'm going to check whether if okay, I don't need this thing. This is for the n, so I don't need this one. So it's basically going to say if this is not equal to the correct index, in that case you need to do the swap part. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. Otherwise, what do we need to do? Otherwise you have found the answer. So otherwise, return the answer. But what is the answer? Answer is equal to that number only. So array of I. That's it. Okay. So if this is not equal to this, in this case you do this. Otherwise, you just move ahead. That's it. Okay. If there are no duplicates, you can just return -1, I think. Copy paste, copy paste. That is it. Very simple stuff. Already ran it many times in the whiteboard. Let's submit this. Submitted. Very easy. Cool stuff. Okay. You can also solve this by like cycle detection, which we'll be doing in linked list. Entire, all the algorithms and everything we'll be doing. Cycle detection, 2-pointer method, sliding window, and like fast and slow pointer. Don't worry, we'll do everything. All right, so that looks good. Let's look into the next question. Okay, and the previous question we did, the find duplicate in an array, that was also asked in Microsoft. So just look at the thought process, problem solving skills, and now let's look at the next question. This is also a very popular question. Find all the duplicates in the array. Is it any different? It's saying you're given an array of numbers of length n, integers from 1 till n. That's it. Cyclic sort. That's it. Each integer appears once or twice. Return the array of all the elements where all the integers appear twice. That's it. O of n and constant space. That's it. This line should tell you that we are using cyclic sort. That is it. Apply cyclic sort. All the elements that are at the wrong index, that's your answer. That's it. Nothing else. Lead code medium. Is it really medium? So easy. Let's try to solve this. This is very next level similar. I don't even have to explain this thing. Just do cyclic sort and all the numbers that are not at the correct index, that's your answer. We did this right now. It's not like I'm skipping anything. No. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Lead code easy, medium, hard. No, does not matter. Basics are same for everyone. Thought process is same. All these questions are built on top of that. And that is what they are looking for. Companies are looking for. If you have good problem solving skills, if you understand the question, never memorize a question, never memorize any code. Always focus on understanding the problem. If you memorize, you will forget. But if you understand, you will always remember it. Let's solve this. Oh, this was, by the way, asked in Amazon and Microsoft also. So let's take next question. Numbers are given as on lead code. You are given something like 4, 3, 2, 7, 8, 2, 3, 1. Numbers are given from 1 to n, I think. We double check on lead code. 1 to n. So every particular element will be at the correct index, and that index is going to be element minus 1. Already discussed this. Let's solve this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're just going to keep swapping, you know. So we're going to say here we are not just going to return the first duplicate element we find. Okay. So another hint I can give you, if in the questions you're saying find all duplicate, find all repeated or whatever, in that case first do cyclic sort as it is, then run a for loop and see what indices are at the wrong value. That's what we're going to do over here. Very simple. Because if you just return the first element that is duplicate, you will miss out on the rest. First do cyclic sort, then do it. Is 4 at the correct index? No, 4 should be at 4 minus 1, 3. Swap it. So it will be 7, 3, 2, 4, 8, 2, 3, 1. Then it's going to be like, is 7 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it with 6. 3, 3, 2, 4, 8, 2, 7, 1. Is 3 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it with 2. 2, 3, 3, 4, 8, 2, 7, 1. Is 2 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it. 3, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 7, 1. Is 3 at the correct index? Yes, it is, because at index number 2 we have 3 only. Then move ahead. Is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. 3 at the correct index? Yes, it is. 4 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 8 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it. So this will become 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 7, 8. Is 1 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 7, 8. Okay. Is 3 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 7 at the correct index? Yes, it is. 8 as the correct index? Yes, it is. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 7, 8. Indices are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are all the wrong indices? This is correct, 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 wrong, wrong, correct, correct. Answer is equal to 3 and 2. Isn't that the answer? Only 3 and 2 are repeated. Yep. That is your answer. Is this anything different than what we did previously? Copy paste. That's it. This is very simple stuff. Nothing new over here. Let's try to code this. You can pause this video. First of all, like, comment, follow the course wholeheartedly. You will be able to clear all the interviews. And also, comment if you like this. Share with your friends. Please share. They will also benefit quite a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to copy paste this thing. Copy this and paste this. So I'm going to say find all duplicates, paste. I'm going to copy paste the answer for this. Just copy paste this thing. Literally copy pasting. Here the correct index is actually going to be equal to, sorry, I is equal to 0, exactly copy pasting. Let me show you, I'm copy pasting only, okay. Just need swap, oh, did not copy paste this, no problem. Copy paste, did not create the swap one, so I'm going to copy paste this. We are all doing copy paste right now, nothing new happening over here. That looks good, but the correct index is actually going to be equal to this. This is also, fact only. So then we're swapping, otherwise it's doing this. Now I'm just going to find all the duplicate ones. So missing number or find all missing. We had this thing, copy paste this thing. Okay, nums not, it's actually array. So it's basically saying that in the end just return answer. Copy paste, not a single code I wrote myself. Okay, so here it's saying if the element is not equal to the index plus 1, means you're at the wrong one. What is the answer in that case? Answer is equal to that element itself, 2 and 3. So the answer is equal to the element itself. And also don't need this check. This check was like question specific in the previous one, so we don't need this check. This was like question specific. That is it. Copy paste only. Let's try to submit this on lead code. Copy and paste. Let's try to run this. That works. Submit. That's submitting. Looks good to me. Cool. Alrighty. So that was also a very easy question. Let's move on to the next one. Let's look at the next question. So this is called set mismatch on lead code. So basically the question is that you are given numbers from 1 till n, cyclic sort, and there has been some error. It says that one number in the set of integers that has been given to us got duplicated to another number in the set, which results in repetition of one number and loss of another number. You have to find that number. You are given an integer array nums representing the data after the error, and you have to find the number that occurs twice and the number that is missing. Okay, so what happened is you are given numbers from 1 till n. So let's say in this case n is equal to 4. So you should be given numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the error that is happening over here? Error that is happening is that one of the numbers got repeated and one of the numbers got deleted. So for example, here 2 got repeated and 3 got deleted. You have to find 2 and 3. That is the question. Is it anything different than we have already done? We already did this. We did find duplicate, we did find missing number. Just combine these two. That's it. But instead of doing like separately, there's a point to be noted over here. Very thing that we can see over here is, what is the thing that we can see over here? Pause this video and think about it. All right. Now that you're back, we can see that if we try to sort this array, cyclic sort, we know, first thing we know is we will be applying cyclic sort because 1 to n is given. Now actually the important question is, how do we solve this after cyclic sort? After cyclic sort, it's going to be sorted, somewhat like this. Then you will find, let's say we try to do the question of find the repeating number. Okay, we already did that. We already did it over here. Find the duplicate number or whatever, find duplicate number or find the missing number or something. We can do this. So here we did find the missing number. So if we say first number that is not equal to index, that's given like that index itself is the missing number. That is correct. So it's going to be like the missing number over here is the 3 part. Okay. So the point to be noted over here is, what is the point to be noted over here? Let's try to do it in the, whiteboard. Okay, so let's try to solve this question. Let's say you are given n is equal to 6. Okay, you're given n is equal to 6, and let's say it should contain all the numbers from 1 till 6. Something like, 3, 1, 4, 2, 6, and 5. Okay, let's say one number gets repeated. Let's say 2 is getting repeated. So if I want to repeat 2, I have to remove one number because the size of the array should be same. If I want to repeat 2, I have to remove one number. Let's say I try to remove any number 3. Okay, that makes sense. This is the question. We cyclic sort this and let's see what we get. Let's cyclic sort this. Is 2 at the correct index? No, it's not. Put it at the correct index. This will become 1, 2, 4, 2, 6, 5. Is 1 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. Is 4 at the correct index? No, it's not. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 5. Is 2 at the correct index? Yes, it is. 4 at the correct index? Yes, it is. 6 at the correct index? No, it's not. Swap. 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. This is my sorted array. Okay. Now we know that one number is missing and one number is repeating. Okay. So if I look at this array, if I look at the one number is missing, we have done these questions individually. So let's say what is one number that is missing? The one number that is missing, it's going to be where the index is wrong, where the index is wrong. So basically this is at the correct index, this is at the correct index, this is at the wrong index. So index plus 1 is the answer. So missing number is equal to what? Index plus 1. Okay, missing number is equal to index plus 1. Now notice something. Since only like the one number was misplaced, okay, and the number that is at the wrong index, you know, the number that is at the wrong index is which number? If this number is at the wrong index, if all the numbers are at the right place, and there is this one number that is at the wrong index, which number is this? Which number is this? Means duplicate number. All the numbers are at the correct index. There is only one number that is at the wrong index. Which number is that? Duplicate number. Very simple stuff. Because all the numbers are the correct index. Only number that is at the wrong index is the duplicate number. So duplicate number is what? Number at the missing index. That is it. That is the solution. Okay. So when you find a particular number that is like an index that is not aligning with the element, something we have done already before. Just the only difference is previously we were doing something like just returning the index. Now we are also going to return the element at that index. That is it. That is it. We are also doing this in find all duplicates. We were returning the elements at the and the indices, like, right? Let's try to code this. Again, copy pasting only, nothing new. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste my lead code problem. What is the question? Set mismatch. Oh, sorry, new Java class, set mismatch. Paste it. I'm just going to copy paste this thing. Entire thing is copy pasted. Entire thing is copy pasted. This will be array. Swap will be created. Entire thing copy pasted. The only thing that we are focusing on is that, okay, this will be -1. Nothing new over here because we are taking from 1 till n. That is it. Search for the first missing number. That is correct. So when we find the first missing number, when we say that the element at that index is not equal to index plus 1, because we are taking from 1 till n, just return what? What do we need to return? We need to return the number, the missing number, and the duplicate number, and then the missing number. What is the duplicate number? Duplicate number is the number at the missing index, means number of I. So return, let's say I return a new integer array. So the first element is going to be the duplicate, which is at the number at the missing index. So the number at the missing index, this thing, that is it. The second thing will be what? Second thing we are returning is The first one is duplicate, second one is the number that is missing. Number that is missing, we already discussed this. Missing number is what? The index or index plus 1 if you're taking, index plus 1. So over here, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 is missing, that is correct. So index plus 1, we've already covered this. That is it. Otherwise, if there is nothing like wrong, in that case you can just return minus 1 comma minus 1. Okay, if nothing is wrong, just return minus 1 comma minus 1. Was there anything different I did? Literally copy pasted. Okay, and since we like don't need this one because this was like the edge case for skipping n, so I don't need this one. Copy pasted. I don't think I need to write any code in this. This is literally no new code. Okay, let's copy paste this and submit. Let's paste it over here. Looks good. Let's submit it. That looks pretty good. Alrighty, and it's also efficient. Time complexity is good. No extra space. O of n, so it's very like optimized as well, and good solution. If you do it in the interview, they're going to be more than satisfied. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, now let's look into the next question. This is a lead code hard question, and the question is first missing positive. One funny thing about this is that this is also copy pasting. This is also literally copy pasting the previous solution. Okay, we did the missing number, the missing number in the array. Then you might be asking, hey Kunal, why is this a hard question then? The hard question is because here it's not given that it's the array from 1 till n. This is going to use cyclic sort, but it is hard because it is not directly telling us that it's using cyclic sort. So you have to think about it. You have to improve your problem solving skills by this. Okay, this was asked in Amazon. Okay, but the code is exactly the same, copy pasting, exactly the same. But it's always important. Don't copy paste blindly. I never copy paste blindly. I know what the algorithm is. I know how it's getting solved. I know what is happening behind the scene. That is what you should do as well. Never memorize, never copy paste blindly. Always understand how it's working. And have this in your mind that this lead code hard and medium and easy, this does not matter at all. Amazon hard question, this is Amazon easy question if you know about cyclic sort. This is Amazon easy question. It's not a hard question. Okay, let's look into it. What is the question? You're given an unsorted integer array numbers and return the smallest missing positive integer, O of n time and constant space. So this is a little bit of hint that it's cyclic sort, but let's see. So you're given something like 3, 4, minus 1 and 1. So let's say if you sort, let me just open up my whiteboard. Okay, so let's do it. Let's say question lead code hard Amazon or whatever. It's actually lead code easy. This is so funny. This is like the entire mindset behind hard. It's hard for someone who does not know the pattern and the algorithm and what the problem solving skills will be required. It is not lead code hard, easy, medium based on the code sample. No, code is same. It's literally the same code as easy. But the people who clear the interviews know how to approach that easy question in the hard question. This is not a hard question if you know the pattern. It's exactly the same code base. So let's say you're given something like 3, 4, minus 1 and 1. You have to find the smallest missing positive number. If I sort this, it will become something like this. Minus 1, 1, 3 and 4. Okay. So which is the smallest positive number that is missing? Smallest positive. So note over here. Ignore negatives because positive numbers are asked. So ignore the negative numbers. I will look at 1. Okay, I will look at 1 and I will see, okay, the smallest two numbers are 1 and 3. Is there a number between this? Yes. 2 is missing. So answer in this case is 2. Smallest missing positive number is 2. Okay, let's take another example. Lead code, another example says something like 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. This is the array given to you. This is already sorted. Which is the smallest missing positive number? 1 is missing. We start checking from the smallest numbers. So basically the idea is, this is the idea. You're given, let's say, some array, you sort it or whatever. Then you start checking from 1. start checking from 1. Does 1 exist in this array? Yes, it does. Then check for 2. Does 2 exist in this array? No, it does not. Answer is 2. Let's say you're given an array something like this in lead code. You're given something like 1, 2 and 0. After sorting, this will become 0, 1 and 2. Start checking from 1. Does 1 exist in the array? Yes, it does. Does 2 exist in the array? Yes, it does. Does 3 exist in the array? No, it does not. Answer is equal to 3. This is your hint that we are going to apply cyclic sort. Why? Because you are approaching from number 1. Number 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. Okay, so how are we going to solve this? We are exactly going to copy paste the missing number code. Okay, so we're going to put all the elements at their correct indices, but we are going to ignore all the elements that are negative, and greater than n, basically greater than the length of the array. So once we are done with the cyclic sort, the first element, that does not have the correct index, that will be our answer. Very simple stuff. Cyclic sort only. So how do I know this thing? Exactly like this. This is just brainstorming. Okay, this is just me running the example lead code is giving to me. I am not doing anything different here. I ran the example lead code gave. I like, okay, this is what lead code is saying. Then I will start checking from 1. And then when I start checking from 1, it will be like, okay, 1 and 3 and whatever. 1 is 1 existing? Yes. Is 2 existing? No. 2 is the answer. And 2 is the missing number as well. Okay, similarly, you take the previous example that lead code provided, 7, 8, 11, 12. So it's going to be like 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. It's going to start checking from 1. Does 1 exist? No. That's the answer. That is the answer. That's it. With cyclic sort, this is going to be the one. And the first element at the wrong index is going to be what? 0, because 0 should contain 1. So this is the answer, index plus 1, answer. Let's talk about this one. In this case, 0, 1, 2, 3. The first element at the wrong index, we are ignoring the negative ones, okay? So after sorting, this is actually going to become, after sorting, it's not going to be this. Because since we are doing cyclic sort, then after sorting, this will become something like this. This will become, this is minus 1, 1, 3, 4. Sorry, 3, 4, minus 1 was the 3, 4, minus 1 and 1. That was the correct one. Let's try to sort this with cyclic sort. It's going to be like, is 3 at the correct index? No, it's not. Put it at the correct index. Minus 1, 4, 3, 1. Minus 1 is going to ignore this. 4 is at the correct index. No, it's not. Minus 1, 1, 3, 4. 1 at the correct index. No, it's not. Swap it. 1, minus 1, 3, 4. Sorted. Cyclic sort. 1, 2, 3. First missing positive number. Is 0 has the correct index? Yes. Does first has the correct element? No, it does not. 1 should be having 2. We do not have 2. This is the answer. 2 is the answer. That is correct. 2 is missing. Smallest positive number. So we are starting checking from 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 till n. Are you all able to understand? We're starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till n. Till any amount of number you may have. But we're doing it in this step, right? We need this step. So this step, whenever you find this step, in that case also apply cyclic sort. Okay. So when you're given 1 till n array, apply cyclic sort. When you're given this step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for finding a number in this range starting from 1 till n. This is also something like cyclic sort starting from 1 till n. Okay. So another example can be you're given an array like something like 3, 4, 2, 1. After cyclic sort, this will become 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be like 0, 1, 2, 3. Correct index, correct index, correct index, correct index. Answer is equal to n, which is equal to 5. That is true. So literally we are going to copy paste the missing number. Let's see. Okay, let's try to code this. First missing number, copy paste. Copy paste the entire thing. What is the problem statement? First missing positive. I literally explained to you my thought process, so I think it should be clear. Okay, that looks good. And it's just saying that I need to ignore the elements that are less than this. I also need to ignore the negatives. So I'm going to say if this is a positive, then only do this, because I'm ignoring the negatives, and I'm just going to swap it with -1, and in the end the answer is actually going to be index +1. Okay, so this is check is added, index +1 is added. All the numbers, as we can say, we are ignoring what are numbers, all the numbers that are greater than n. So already explained this, so I can take equal to n obviously. And one more thing is that this is actually also here n length +1. So for example, here till n we are going. So if here n is equal to 4, till 1 till n we are going. So the first missing positive numbers, if all the elements from 1 till n are, is going to be equal to n plus 1 is going to be available over here. So 5 is going to be the answer. 5 is going to be the answer. So if all the elements are like, in sorted order from 1 till n, the answer is going to be equal to n plus 1. N plus 1. That is it. And also the name of the function is first missing positive. First missing positive. Okay, and here again we are checking for index since it's from index number 1. So index +1. If this element is not equal to index +1, so that is pretty straightforward. Is 0 equal to, is index +1 equal to the index? If the is the index +1 equal to value, index +1 equal to value. So it's checking whether index +1 is equal to value or not. Okay, let's copy paste this and submit it. Let's try to submit. Let's run this first. Let's try to submit this. Accepted. Hard question and literally the copy pasted code of an easy question, easy to medium question. This was literally easy question only, because even the medium question was made from easy question. So I never say that copy this thing blindly. So one thing I want to make sure is, why are we doing the copy paste thing? To make you understand that the hard is just in your mind only. It's actually easy only, but the basics you should never skip. Even top computer programmers will agree on this. Never skip the basics. Okay, so even what I'm trying to say is, even easy questions are hard for someone who has not studied, and hard questions are easy for someone who has studied. This is actually how you clear your interviews. You have to look at these patterns, how to optimize, what type of problem to approach with which type of problem. That is what I'm going to teach you for every single data structure, every single algorithm. That is the reason the name of this bootcamp is Zero to Fang. Please share with your friends. You will not find this type of knowledge anywhere for free. Share with your friends right now. Text them right now. Pause this video, like and comment. This is an Amazon hard question. Is this really a hard question when I literally copy pasted? So it is a hard question for someone who has not studied. It is a hard question for someone who does not know cyclic sort. But for you all who already know these algorithms and stuff, who know how to optimize problems, I never jump onto solutions directly. I mentioned in the beginning as well, you can solve using bubble sort, quick sort. It may take n square complexity or whatever. Then what we did, we tried to see what things are, what we're trying to resolve. I explained my thought process. Then I explained the complexity analysis and everything. So we in this bootcamp are never memorizing anything. It is literally copy pasting because the algorithm is same. And some people say that, oh, it's very big thing. It's very, competitive programming. This is lead code hard. No, only competitive programming can solve this. No, they are misguiding you. This is proof that it's misguiding. Amazon, like this. No CP required. This is all you need. For Google, Facebook, I think like CP can definitely help in that case. But for Microsoft, Amazon, at least in India, no. This is the level of question. If you go to interview bit or other, where they have previous year solutions, graph, DP, linked list, these questions of Microsoft, Amazon are like this, then why are people saying that CP is mandatory? Just do this course, Microsoft, Amazon, you will do like this. Trust me. And don't trust me, just solve this problems yourself. I share this in the assignments and everything. This is proof right here that basics are important. Okay. So if I'm saying it in Hindi, hawa bana rakha hai, please ignore it. Okay. So what I mean is, it's like a little bit overrated. That is true also. The salary of these companies in India is also not that great. I don't know what's the overhyping thing about. Many YouTubers have overhyped this. It ruins the future of students. They only do CP and in the end they realize it was not mandatory when they don't even have interest. If you have interest, then do it. Okay. So not just for this, for DP, graph and everything, we will see how to break hard problems into easy problems. That is the what we are doing here over here. Breaking bigger problems into smaller problems so you can solve any interview question. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment right now, and share with your friends. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.